guys. Okay, so we're gonna do this in two parts. This video is for our October craft, which is fall leaf soaps. And I wanna break this up into two videos today because I think that would just be easiest. The first video will be the actual soap making portion, and then the second half will be us putting the bag together. And that'll just be easier to follow. Also, if you want to come back and maybe use this bag making video for, let's say, something during Christmas time, maybe some sugar cookies that you've made, and you're like, ooh, I remember there's a video on there that'll show me how to do it. You can refer back to the video just for the bag and not have to watch the soap portion. So here, anyway, are some of our supplies. We've got our 4x9 cello bag that I just got those off of Amazon. Some chopsticks, believe it or not. We also have some tape, our soap, and a glass bowl. It's important that it's glass. We'll see why. We're gonna microwave this in a little bit. I've got some decorations, maybe some raffia, some paper decor, a 4x8 piece of scrapbook paper, and I've got some creased lines at 1/2 inch and 2.5 inches. And then, you know, you can fold it either way. I use double-sided because both sides are gonna show in the cello. So you can get these at any craft store, Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby. You can order them online. It's just scrapbook paper, double-sided scrapbook paper. And then I've also got our silk leaves, fall silk leaves. We're gonna do 3. I like the different colors, so we're gonna do all 3 colors. You could do all red if you wanted to, depending on your paper, all yellow, all orange, or if you find another color you like, you could do those. And then also our scent, which we'll be doing warm flannel today, okay? So let's move some stuff aside and get started. Okay, just clear the space here a little bit. I use a regular paper trimmer, and then I use a stylus, Cricut stylus, to score my paper. If you don't have one of these, I mean, you could always use, like, I think this back part of your scissors or something else might work. Maybe an unopened pen would also work for scoring. Just make sure you don't do it too hard because then you run the chance of ripping your paper. So I'm gonna have my leaves here. Oh, one other thing that you will need that I almost forgot, super important, is a piece of parchment paper. Parchment, wax, whichever you have on hand, you're gonna need this too. This you're gonna need to set your leaves on after we dip them. So we'll have these here, have our leaves, have our chopsticks. Okay, so I'm gonna take my bowl of soap, and you wanna be really careful not to burn this. So I'm going to put it in the microwave for short blasts, maybe 20 seconds at a time, stir, stir, stir. And then making sure to stir in between. So the important part is, like I said, not to burn it, but at the same time, you don't want to melt it maybe all the way. Think of tempering chocolate. Like sometimes it's okay to have those little pieces of chocolate left in the bottom and you just stir it through to evenly melt it. Similar instance here. Okay, so let me throw this in the microwave. Like I said, keep an eye on it while it's microwaving. So the fragrance warm flannel is great, especially with Brambleberry, which is the company I did with these, is they have kind of like you would with essential oils, which you can also use. In this case, let me check my soap. See, this is just after 20 seconds. It doesn't take a lot. So you really want to make sure you're watching it. So you don't burn it. I'm just gonna grab a spoon really fast to stir it up. And this is, I mean, honestly, this is probably like 1/8 of a pound, if that. They come in really big pound chunks, and it doesn't take a lot just to make these 3 little soaps, which is wonderful. So just 1 pound of soap will go a really long way. So we're just gonna stir that up and keep stirring. So while I keep stirring, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the fragrance. So I like these because they come in the bottles that have these in them. Otherwise, I'd have to use like what do you call them? Like the little syringes to get just a little bit out. But this way I can do a drop count because you don't need a whole lot to get that nice scent in there throughout the soap. I'm gonna put this in for 10 more seconds, and I think we might be there. All right. Honestly, I did 7 seconds, and I just think that's gonna be good enough. So I'm just gonna continue to stir this through. You really don't want this to be smoking. If it's smoking, you've burnt it, and you're gonna have to start over again. So yeah, so there's that. It's just like tempering chocolate. It's really sensitive. Try not to obviously scorch it, and a little bit goes a long way. But yes, you can certainly use essential oils with this if you would prefer to. That's most certainly an option. Like, let's say you have some peppermint, some lavender, some eucalyptus, especially, you know, those nice aromatic scents. You can do any combination of those that you want. If you want to get a different flavor. I think, what's another one that would be really nice? Sandalwood and patchouli. Very nice. That's a good one. Okay, so I think this is good. Move my spoon to the side. I'm going to keep that. Okay, so we're gonna take one of our leaves. First, let's add our fragrance, excuse me. And so I'm just gonna add, for this amount, I'm probably gonna just do like 4 drops, and that should be good. Let's see if it wants to come out for me. Ooh, there we go. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, let's give that a stir and see if we like the scent. Okay, just put your nose down there and give it a whiff. Oh, I think that's wonderful. 4 was just right. It smells so good. I wish you guys could smell it. Those of you who are gonna be with us, you're definitely gonna smell this one. Warm flannel. Okay, so take your leaf, dip it in. This is where your chopsticks are gonna come in handy. Okay, just submerge it in the soap, okay, and lift it out. Okay, and set it on your wax paper. Move on to the next one. If you're not good with chopsticks, use a spoon. It's okay. No one's gonna judge you. No one's gonna know. I'm not the best, and these are slippery, but those chopstick skills will definitely come in handy today. Okay, my last one. There he goes. Dip him in there. So you just wanna give these a couple of minutes to set, and then you're gonna repeat that process another time. So 2 dips in the soap, let it set up. It's just gonna take maybe 5 minutes. It's a thin coating, so you won't have to worry about a long cure time. 5 minutes, dip it again, and then let it set and completely set up. So probably like 15 minutes all told you're looking for this one, okay? And we'll be back in a second. Okay, so it has been about a minute, and I think my soaps are nice and hard. They'll be ready for a second coat. But look at my soap, like it's set up a little bit. It's already starting to get like a gelatin sort of thing again. So I'm gonna pop it in the microwave, 5-10 seconds. That's it, just to loosen it up. You don't want to do it for too long because we are doing layers, and if this layer is too hot, it will completely melt the first layer. And so your first layer will have been in vain. I got a little soap bubble that just came out. How cute. Okay, so let's stir that back up with our spoon. Tap, tap, tap. All right, and if, as you can see, you can just peel these guys right off. That's why that wax paper or parchment paper is just perfect. See, look, wonderful. Okay, so that's just with 1 layer, and it's got a nice sheen to it, but we want it to be a nice lathery coat for a single use. So let's take our leaf, put him back in, get him all covered. All right, come on, chopsticks. You're not the only one if you're struggling. I'm struggling a little bit too, but there we go. Get him down there, get our second one, dip him in there. So good, okay. All right, lift it out, put it down. All right, and let's do our third one. Get him in there. See how easy this is for kids though? I mean, you could easily do this together, use a spoon instead of chopsticks. A fun activity for you both to do. And then you get to wash your hands with the soap afterwards. So, and that's it. I mean, we're just gonna let those sit, and we'll get started on our cello bag while we wait for these to finish setting up.